I am Feel It.
And I am Fix It. And we talk about life.
And stuff and things.
With the occasional rant.
Which you will have no problem doing.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Or good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are, hope you're having a good one.
Absolutely. That took a lot for you to get that out. What's going on? Like, for real. I'm sitting here a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a sign that we need a sabbatical?
Well, we add, or I add, in the, not really editing process, but because I don't really edit that much, I have to add silence at the beginning in order to make room for our intro.
No, I mean, it took you a while to hit record.
Yeah, gotta get myself in the right mindset.
Okay. I guess.
Yeah. So, there's that.
Considering neither of us have an official topic.
No, not really, no.
No, not really. But we're going to apologize and explain, because that seems to be our thing. Somebody decided to fall asleep much earlier than normal and did not want to get up after being prompted multiple times. So I gave up, and it is what it is. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
He didn't want to get up. We should have recorded earlier than, and that's why part of why we're doing it earlier than we normally would, because maybe we should just start doing that.
Sure.
But then I went ahead and took a phone call from my aunt, and then I ended up talking to another aunt.
Yep. Yeah.
Because you weren't getting up anyway.
I'm really tired. I have not been sleeping great. Oh, look, a fly.
You really haven't. Yeah, we don't have many of those around
How
here.
did that get in here?
Not normally.
No, that's weird. Okay, sorry. Completely.
Wow.
Well, it just flew by my head. It was very obvious.
I saw it. But to be fair, I mean, we could talk about that conversation. But
Sure.
and I guess we could. Kind of emotional. But so they're both interesting. They are what is left of my parents, so
Yes.
of the relationships that they held dear.
Yeah, they are the sort of the last vestiges of that entire generation of your family.
Mm-hmm. That mattered to my parents.
Yeah. Well,
specifically.
I mean,
my mother does have other living siblings.
Yeah, I mean,
but that sister meant the most to her.
Like, so
Three left. Well, besides the aunt I'm talking about. So
sure.
4 of the 8 are gone.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, one of her sisters, and 2 of her brothers.
Yeah.
There were 4 boys and 4 girls.
Which is weird. That's usually not how it stacks up. But yeah. Yeah. It's quite the family.
Including my mother, 4 are gone.
Mm-hmm.
But, and the other one's just stubborn and ridiculous, and that's its own thing.
She's tough.
But, and ridiculous.
And ridiculous. But she's a tough woman.
So, but we'll go with funner things first. So I went back to see Spider-Man again because our daughter wanted to go for her birthday.
Yep.
So we went back to that again. That was kind of fun.
It was. I mean, There's not a lot of movies I was like, yeah, I'll go see that again.
I've never gone twice.
I have.
To the theater.
I have, but
I have not. That was my first time. At least that I remember.
yeah. I have, but it's been a long time. And it was a dollar theater. I miss those.
It's funny, maybe I've just acclimated to the idea that they're not cheap anymore.
Oh, they're absurd.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what was supposed to be special about this one because it was the special theater, and I don't even know what was supposed to be special.
Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing special at all. It's just a theater. The recliners are really nice.
But they all have the recliners.
Now, yeah. But that's about it.
I couldn't tell. Was it the sound? Was it the image? Nothing looked different.
No. Well, in those seats, we were actually behind the speakers, so everything sounded just a little off.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was fine.
it was fine. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. There are no bad seats left in the theater anymore. Even the front row with the recliners, you're not craning your neck.
And yet, still, a lot of people in that theater for
Yeah.
having it been, it's been out a few weeks. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been
And-
doing really well. It's one of the better movies that they've made in the genre for quite a while.
And just because we wanted to jump on the lame bandwagon, we went ahead and bought those early release tickets for Doomsday.
Sure. Yeah.
Why not? Because why not?
I am completely.
I've never done that before either, but yet
No.
it's never really been a thing. To my knowledge, it's like maybe a newer thing, but
Well, they've done a bunch of the last batch of movies. They've been rather lackluster.
a month ahead of time.
So it's
release.
like, there's a lot of hope and hype for this one,
And
and we'll
I
see.
think I might have paid a little extra. I don't even know.
It's hard to say.
I don't
anymore.
really pay attention because it's all just depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree.
But we're going not opening day. It is the Friday
Sure. Yeah.
because it opens on Thursdays,
Mm-hmm.
They say it opens Friday. It doesn't. So we'll go. That'll be interesting.
I hope so. I hope so.
I mean, they're hyping the crap out of it.
They really, really are. Yeah. If
I'm
it
not a big
doesn't
nerd,
do well,
but
it
it
could be
looks
the
good.
death knell of
I think it'll do well.
the whole thing.
I would like to think it'll do well. It'll go well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of potential.
I feel like I should watch Fantastic Four, though.
Can't say I've heard anything particularly great about it, but,
Do you need something? No. You're fine. It's up to us to do this in front of an open door. Oh,
Yep.
that wasn't quiet.
Okay.
Do you need to show me something?
No, I was just thinking, I think the Fantastic Four is already on Disney Plus. Yep.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been there.
Okay.
We should probably watch it.
I guess.
And it dawned on me when I was watching the trailer for the Doomsday for the umpteenth time. I was like, why does that guy look so familiar? The new Torch.
Mm-hmm.
He was Eddie in the Stranger Things. And his eyes are very distinct, but the hair is incredibly different.
Way different. Yeah. Completely different vibe of the character.
So I had to look it up. I was like, yeah, I know who that guy is. Yep, it is. Yeah, I don't know. We've just been through too many iterations. I'm too old, I guess. 'Cause you go through so many, and then one is really awesome, and then they tank it for whatever reason, and then they make the new one, and now what? Now when they show the Avengers on TV, I noticed today it had a completely different title. It's called Marvel Studios The Avengers. It has never said that before. And it's just, they are running all these Marvel movies on FX constantly. And I'm sitting and watching them. The Black Panther's on right now, but what is going on? This is, ugh. They just get paid so much money. So much money. It'll be fine. It'll be good. But can't say I've ever done that before. So we have fun things to look forward to. We bought tickets on a whim for King of Country, which we both said we didn't know if we'd ever go back to the Van Andel in December, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Here we're going again.
Figuring out, we'll probably take Uber, but we'll decide as that gets closer, depending on the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, they added a lot of venue, and they didn't. In order to add venue, they removed parking. It was already a pain.
We're gonna have to walk no matter what. But
or you're paying $30 for parking.
I don't care.
One of
You
those.
know, it's actually worth paying that to not have to be stuck in a parking garage right across the street from the Van Andel Arena.
Sure. Well, and
The only upside is the amphitheater won't be rocking, but then, so, that'll help.
it's like we'd probably end up paying that much for Uber, too, to be honest.
Whatever. So we have that, Little Drummer Boy concert.
Yep.
Which we've seen actually in the theater.
Yes.
Oddly, we paid a couple years ago to go see that, but I imagine they've done different stuff to
Yeah, it was
revive it.
a heck of a concert. Yeah.
Because they showed it like in the theater. It was like from the previous year.
Yep.
We just went for fun. Our daughter wanted to go. And what else? So then we have Little Drummer Boy, we have Doomsday, and then we will likely end up seeing Dune 3. I don't know if they'll have an early release too, but
Yeah.
that could be fun.
I have a lot of thoughts on that movie, but we'll see how it all plays out. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to look forward to.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's also supposed to be an El Nino winter.
Yeah.
So there are people that are already, I saw on local news, there are already people speculating and getting upset at that idea because they'll lose money for tourism and all the things. And who knows? I don't know. Who knows?
Well, whose bright idea was it to make your entire economy based off of
We're in Michigan.
strangers? Yeah.
That's just par for the course.
Well, I'm not saying don't account for it, but why are you building your entire economy on people coming over to your place for a little while?
That would be the entire of the Upper Peninsula and upper northern, lower. Yeah.
And again,
that is what they rely on.
yeah, I know, and that's a mistake.
Golf in the summer,
Because you have no
skiing
control
and
over that.
snowmobiling and snowboarding in
like-
the winter.
You build your entire economy off of things you have no control over.
What else are they supposed to base it on? It ain't the water.
Everything else they have available to them.
I don't know what that would be. What is that?
Well, they moved the manufacturing. They moved.
For tourism? I'm talking about tourism.
I know. I'm saying it is an absolute terrible idea to put all of your bets and all of your income on something like tourism that you have no control over.
We already know
The
that.
economy
That's
goes
how
a
that
little
rolls.
sideways, and people stop taking vacations.
We already know.
It's like we've been through all of this before.
Gas prices.
Well, that too. And the economy goes to crap. First thing people do is they cut back on vacations. Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't really travel in the winter anyway,
like,
so
yeah, no,
I'm fine. I'm fine to be home. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah.
No reason to go to the UP anymore.
Not really. I mean, it's pretty up there, but
Was there something you wanted to say? You just want to stand there? Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Again, it's our fault for having the open door. Okay. Yeah. So, anyway.
Close the door, turn on a white noise generator, annoy everybody else in the house.
I hate that thing. I really hate that thing. And pretty soon I won't even be using my office nearly as much, but that's all right. Pretty soon after like next week,
Okay.
but that's okay. Well, we've talked about this. I won't have my Tuesdays off anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I won't have any day off anymore during the week. So I'll be working from my office. Whereas before I was working from home on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that is even finalized, but I'm still shifting my schedule. So even if this other opportunity happens to fall through for some reason, I'm not rearranging my schedule again. It will be what it will be, and then I will actually have all of Thursday off. You can leave it. It's all right.
It's fine.
I think it's just finalizing expectations, and one of the people involved in that conversation was on vacation last week. I just think there's been a lot of busyness and a lot of cross communication and or lack thereof, and I haven't heard anything in a week, and I assume it's because there needed to be conversation about the commitment I have made or have been expected to make, and one of the people involved in that conversation wasn't present. So I'm sure I'll learn more tomorrow. At least I hope to.
Okay. Yeah, so many things in flux.
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see. Yeah.
I'm really not worried about it. I'm fine with it one way or another. I kind of have my backup agenda.
It's good.
If it's, right now the conversation was 10 hours. I'd committed to 12. If it needs to become 10, that's fine. The other 2, as they become available, will just remain available for me instead of the place I volunteer.
Yeah.
That's fine. If they wanted them to remain part of the commitment, they could remain part of the commitment. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is.
It is, yes.
I'm not going to worry about it. Because I don't need the money.
It's a nice place to be at.
I'm good. I'm blessed to have a full schedule. No, this isn't a job opportunity that is going to pay super well.
No.
No.
It is many things. Good, well-paying is not on that list.
I have no idea what the pay will actually be, but I'm not worried about that because I'm already just keeping the rest of my client hours the way that they are so that I can maintain income. It's kind of nuts, but it'll do for a little while.
Sure.
It doesn't have to be this way forever.
Everything is kind of in flux. It's
Ish.
ish.
I'm pretty blessed to maintain fairly well.
Yes. Yeah, and for me, work is starting to pick up a little bit. So,
I have work I need to do when we're done at this.
my averages have increased. I have a spreadsheet I've managed for years that tracks my hours and paycheck breakdowns and all that fun stuff. And for quite a while, like better than a decade, I averaged 55 hours a week. It was pretty consistent between 52 and 58 hours, but averaged right around 55 to 56 hours a week for better than a decade. And the first half of this year, it was more like 48, which is a very noticeable decrease.
It was.
But it was kind of, I could milk the clock and get away with it fine, but I always felt bad about doing that. Before there's just so much crap going on that my sticking around made sense to make everybody else's life a little easier. And then things started getting really slow, or at least way slower. And then the Saturday work kind of dropped off.
Which worked out when we were moving.
Oh, yeah. It was. I'm not saying it wasn't convenient. It was just when you're used to that, even if you don't need it, when you're used to it and it's not there anymore, it's very noticeable. And things have been ramping back up second half of the year, which is it's nice in some ways, and I don't know. I kind of liked not working quite as much, but at the same time, I'm kind of built for it now. Sometimes I didn't know exactly what to do with myself.
Well, and there's those, if we consider the year we've had, we've been incredibly blessed that we skipped a beat on nothing. And I've still managed to work to save to do this concrete project. And I didn't even take time off to move.
Nope.
Did all the things we needed to
We-
do.
we were- yeah.
You have paid time off. I do not.
Which is
So
par for the course for your profession.
we've managed very well, and I'm very blessed with that. I'm very grateful.
I'm
Need
definitely
to-
not complaining.
Once we get past this
blessed.
concrete project, we got to restructure what we're doing. But then there's more to save for next year, so it's all right though.
Yep.
It's all right. Finally got our approval for that concrete project from our HOA. That was a venture, and it just is what it is.
It is. We'll live.
Is it stupid to have to ask permission for everything? Yeah.
Sure.
At least it was good to hear from the person that would be in charge of these things, the architectural changes. Happens to be our next door neighbor, and his yard would happen to be affected potentially by that particular project.
Sure.
So we met him in our yards
Yep. That was different.
a few days ago, just for a little bit, and it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that's fine.
You know, the little wink and a nod thing.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to come measure it. Nobody's going to come verify. Do whatever you're going to do. It all meets guidelines and permits are needed and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
So we're just going to go about our business and get it done.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, to discuss the ant issues.
Yes. Yeah. So there's our life up to right now. Okay.
Ish,
Now.
I guess. So, this is the life of care. You know, it's not even caregiving; it's involvement, right? So the one
Sure.
aunt wants me to be, or she says she wants me the one to take care of all the things and be part of all the things. And to a degree, I am already named on the bank account as a beneficiary. Let me be very clear. This is my father's sister. Let me be very clear. That is one piece of things, but it is not all things
No.
by any means.
Not even. No. Not
Because there is still the idea that what would happen with the finances if she's incapacitated until she passes, right? Somebody has to be responsible for paying the bills and taking care of the things. That's not what being a beneficiary is. That means
No.
when she dies, I could walk in with the birth certificate and take her money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means. That's it. That's all that means. It means nothing for what could happen between incapacitation and death.
Not even a little bit. Yeah.
Let alone not having the power to hand out that death certificate anywhere else in it matter, or healthcare decisions. And she is facing having a procedure done. It is outpatient, but she will be going under. Things happen.
Yes, I do.
Things happen every day.
Anytime there's anesthesia involved, things can go very sideways.
She already
very
had a
fast.
significant situation last fall where she was hospitalized for a week. And things happen, right? She never went out, and her son was right there with her then, but that would not be the case now.
No.
So, yes, she can name me as like that one time for this procedure, my niece will be in charge if I'm unable. Yep. And I agreed that I would go and be with her for that. Go make that trip up to Traverse City because that's where she's choosing to have her procedure. And she would
Sure.
name me and all the things, right? I'd be present. But telling me another excuse for not filling out the documentation that she already has in her possession, well, let me get past this surgery. Yes, but when I gave her the documentation last fall, it was, let me feel better from the hospitalization that she'd had a year ago. So now fast forward nearly a year, and it's, well, let me get past the surgery. So I finally said to her yesterday, it is okay if you don't want to go through with this. Just understand that nothing will be taken care of the way you want it to be. Well, it's not that. It's not that at all. I just want to get past this thing. Just don't feel like, being in a car for any length of time and doing this and doing that. And that is all true. That is all true.
And that's all fair. I mean,
but it's a trip
nobody's-
to town that you already make randomly for different reasons to go to the
Yeah.
bank for 20 minutes and then we go back. It is not substantial.
Not
it is a
even a
few
little bit.
hours of your time, and this would be done.
Yeah, there's that part of it that's. I think everybody's got a little bit of.
Oh
that
no! If I
avoidance
do
of
this,
reality. Yeah.
then something will happen to me.
Well, no, it's the
Acknowledging you can die.
Yeah. I mean,
Acknowledging you can lose your capacity.
well, I think there is a chunk of most people that, and I kind of say it jokingly all the time, is there's a part of my brain that's still 12.
Sure.
You know, and I don't think that's an uncommon thing. I think it's a very common thing, especially, I think, for guys, which is why it doesn't matter how old a guy is, he'll laugh at a fart joke. You know, it's like part of you are still 12.
Sure.
But that part of you that's still 12 is still thinks that, if something bad happens, I'll still be fine. 10 foot tall, bulletproof, and I heal from anything.
Sure.
And acknowledging that is not the case is a very difficult and humbling experience for a lot of people. And she has been so independent and so tough for so long.
Oh my gosh.
She
could
can
be
talk
aging.
about her weaknesses, but she can't truly acknowledge that it might not end well. And when you're in your late 70s...
78.
Yeah.
Both of my aunts are 78.
Yeah. When you're in your late 70s, you've already beaten the averages at that point.
And they are my only living aunts, by the way.
And considering...
That's not true. I apologize. I do have one other aunt. I just don't have anything to do with her. Anyway.
Considering their age, they're actually in pretty good shape for their age.
They are.
But
Considering.
But they're both, if they were younger, they'd be pretty beat up. But for somebody who is 78, they're in pretty good shape.
It was, I finally said it out loud. And it was interesting. Her little kickback was interesting. And I will hold her to it. We'll go as far as that procedure, and God willing, everything is fine, and I will be present and at least have authority for that particular procedure and give her that week, because that's how much the recovery is supposed to be. She's supposed to even be able to drive the next day, right? But the surgeon says, really, you only would need to take it easy for like a week at the most. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, having met
There'll be
her,
another excuse. Mark my words, there will be another.
there'll be another.
But
having met her as like, she's gonna, like, she's not gonna take it easy for a day. If somebody isn't holding her down, she's not taking it easy. She doesn't know how to take it easy.
I got to reread the information on this particular procedure and what it's actually supposed to do. Something with the nerve. But another nerve stimulator, I think. But anyway.
I have no idea.
The other aunt. We will be going in a few weeks to her wedding. And we have talked about this. She reached out to me last Sunday when I happened to be on the phone with my other aunt. And it was because she'd forgotten to write on the invitation about a luncheon. Now, mind you, we are honored and privileged to be invited because it's really only close family and friends, and we are close but extended when they were trying to keep it to their own families, like just immediate, and that's quite a few people. So
It is. Big family.
and apparently he's quite involved in his church and does have a lot of close friends, so there was some concession made there. But I had a wonderful talk with her. I had a great long talk with her, but it was emotional. She's changed some decisions about living arrangements. So now next weekend we'll be going for the last time to the home that she currently lives in, which is the home I remember the most of my time. You know, I know when I was very little, I have like flashes of the house that they used to live in Midland, but
I can, like right now, I can walk to the exact spot where we watched your dad shoot his only legal deer in their driveway.
this is the only home you've known them to live in.
Yes.
This was supposed to be the dream retirement home. And yes, my uncle did have that. He did pass away in that home.
Did.
And she changed her mind just on the course of things. And her granddaughter and that fiance will be living in the home. But she will not be returning to it. Whether or not they are able to purchase it in a set amount of time, she's just decided that she will not be returning. And that's it's a mental adjustment. It's all a mental adjustment. She does genuinely sound happy. I do believe that.
She does.
She had expressed to me he is learning about her stubborn streak and that he will not just tell her what to do. Well, I hope he's really getting that, because I tried to be tactful, but I really wasn't kidding when I said, you'll figure it out. You'll see. And he's all, oh, I haven't seen that side of her. Well, you will. And it has happened. There was some adjustment even within his family and in them believing whether or not this was a good idea, but they are moving forward with this, and that's their choice, and it just means that that is something odd to say, letting go of the house, right? Like she says she's ready for the next chapter. She is ready. She's there. She appreciates the support of the family that understands that. And everyone apparently has had their questions about this and their concern.
Which, very understandable.
Very understandable.
It's been 2 years. It's...
not even.
Yeah.
Her husband will have passed away 2 years ago, October 30th.
I'm just rounding up
and
for convenience
his wife
sake.
will have only passed away on February 1st.
Yeah. So 8 months?
Not even.
6 months. 6 months.
No. Yeah, there we go.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
I appreciated that she told me. I appreciated that she would like us to come out one more time. She wants to talk to specifically our youngest, because apparently they'd been in contact a little bit already. And for as much as we have tried to teach our children, like, change is healthy, they sure have been through their share from a young age.
Yes.
And with that neurodivergence comes that difficulty with change. Yes, once we could get more of a beat on that, how they are independently different, that got easier, but it does not take away the pain. So we have two things happening at the same time. We are coming up on the anniversary for our youngest to have let go of who was her best friend for many years of her upbringing.
Which we have talked about.
Yeah. And a week later, well, let's back that up again. A week prior, she will be saying goodbye to the only home that she's ever known that aunt and uncle, great aunt and uncle, to live in. She has a lot of memories.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good memories.
Yes.
And then a week after the anniversary of said date, she will be attending the wedding for that aunt as well.
Yes.
So I can appreciate that our youngest is probably going through more than she's vocalizing, but she's making it just obvious enough.
Mm-hmm.
That it even comes through text message to my aunt.
Sure.
And we talked a little bit about that last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, she's not like, our youngest is not the most snuggly of people.
Never has. Well, she was.
She was and kind of is. But she's got a layer of snark that is just, it's impressive to watch sometimes. And people really like that about her. She's effectively turned into the shift little sister that everybody's.
She's got RFB super bad. RBF.
Yeah.
Super bad.
Yes.
Like really bad.
Yes. But
y'all can look that up.
But she's got a level of snark and sarcasm and a quick wit, and it's very, very much appreciated at work. But it's like there's been just a different layer. So I've been trying to make a point of, it's one of I've a number of occasions. It's like, okay, something's going on. I know something's going on. If you don't want to share, that's fine. But I'm like, I'm here, and I care, and Even if I can't fix anything, I'm here with you. You know, it's like
Grief comes in different forms.
oh yeah, most definitely. And I've made a point of making sure she got a big, she gets a big hug, even when she doesn't necessarily appreciate it. She appreciates it. But
It's not that we don't know. We do. We all kind of feel it. We've all talked about it a little bit recently about that anniversary coming up. But then now with this situation with my aunt, I think that rattled her up a little extra.
yeah,
And I get it. I do get it. It's significant enough that our oldest has arranged to take the day off of work. Like, this is it. We're not going to have another opportunity if we're going to go back one more time.
no, this will be it.
So that would be it. And that's just because of my aunt's schedule and things she has going on in life and then preparing for her marriage.
Well, and life.
So,
it is its thing.
We're going. And I have my own feelings, my own hurts thinking about it.
Oh, sure.
In the majority of my life, it was that house. That was their
Yes.
house, that gorgeous deck,
Mm-hmm.
watching the wildlife. My uncle loved that house.
Oh, yeah.
And as my aunt said so many times when we were talking, I love him. I'll always love him, but it's just time for the next chapter. And of course, we all want to support that as best we can.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I'm not her child,
No.
but she has most certainly been a mother figure.
Yeah.
Since my mother passed, and that was my mother's best friend.
She
Her
is
closest sister.
Yeah, she is family in more than name only.
She was there with me when my mother passed.
Mm-hmm.
She was there with me to take care of my dad.
Yes. One of few.
And I was there when her husband was dying.
Yes.
In that house.
In that house. Yep.
It's you gotta wrap the head around it. And there's one thing I always say, trying to be a hypocrite. My children have seen us cry.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no hiding this.
Not at all.
I don't want to. They're adults.
Mm-hmm.
And our 20-year-old daughter is navigating her own grief and hurt. And the best we can do is support that she has a place for that to land.
Mm-hmm.
That's safe.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry that this is happening at like the same time as the
yeah.
first anniversary. I am. And I can see it coming out of her here and there. And then after I talked to my aunt and I realized that they'd actually been communicating a little bit, I thought, okay, that's significant, because our daughter doesn't just say things.
No. But
And it started with her getting a hold of her to show her dress and make sure it was like the right color and it was
Yes.
okay. And
Yep.
and then I guess their conversation had kind of gone from there. And
Well, and they've always gotten along. They were always kind of that.
That is part of why we are invited, and not my sister, which my aunt was very open that yes, she has stayed in communication with my sister, and she's always respected my issues with my sister. But mainly it is our relationship. It is the relationship she has with me and my children. We are close, and I want that to remain. And there's also that
Yes.
scary, like, what is this going to look like
Yeah.
in this guy's house? And, he has kids and he has grandkids, and like
Yes.
being welcome
Well,
and timing and,
Yeah. Well, and there's
it's a lot
we
to
know
process.
change is coming. There's change coming.
It's a lot to process.
Oh yeah, but we have no idea what that change is, and we won't know until it happens. And there's that uncertainty that's never comfortable.
I won't get into all the legalities of all of it, but basically their legal decisions will remain of who will inherit what. And,
Yeah.
He already has his arrangements for his children and she has for hers. And in that being said, that means that will remain his home, and then her home she will eventually sell. But, I just did my best to convey, like, we always try to come at the holidays
Yeah.
around,
Oh, yeah.
we always know there's, illness and weather
Yes.
and stuff. But like, I was just kind of joking with her. I'm like, so what is that going to look like? She doesn't know either. She doesn't know either. He's got his own family, and she has her family, and what's that supposed to look like? When they're in 70 and 80, there's the same questions that you would have if somebody was like in their 20s getting married. What is
Yes.
what is this going to look like? So
Yeah,
it's kind of, it was a
changes
joke.
are the same.
It was
Yeah.
fun to laugh about, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it was like really like it's a mental adjustment that she understands everybody has their own place in accepting it.
Yeah.
And I had to come to terms. I have to accept mine.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
I told her the same thing I said to her a few months ago when we met him. Everybody just needs a minute. And then when it became more real about the seriousness of their relationship and this decision to marry, and now so quickly, I think it became more real for everybody, their children.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Without a doubt.
so I didn't say anything or think anything that anybody else hadn't already said or thought. But I'm trying. I'm not a therapist. I'm her niece.
Yep.
I'm not her therapist.
In this case, you're not the therapist. You're the
I'm
niece.
not. No.
And,
I'm just somebody that has a lot of hurts and a lot of memories and
Yes.
is trying to reconcile the idea that as happy as she is about the new chapter, that means the end of one.
Yes.
And what does that mean for us?
Mhm.
Me, my family, my life, my memories.
Yep.
The memories of my parents in that home.
Mhm.
They loved visiting there.
Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was. It was gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
It is.
It is.
It is a beautiful, beautiful location, effectively on the outskirts of nowhere.
And really,
Um,
strangely, if you want to talk about strange, so before meeting him and her health and how she was,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, we just saw a weird hiccup, so
Yeah.
he'll figure out how to fix that when he edits.
I had to figure out what in the heck that was.
Sorry if it doesn't quite sound right from
Yeah.
the last minute to now.
Yeah, there's.
Um,
It shows up a couple of seconds of blank here, but I heard something and looked, and no recording was happening there for a little bit, and
sorry.
I don't know why.
We'll
so,
try to make that better.
so
Don't know what you
apologize. We'll have to.
But so strangely, when just before meeting him, and there was this conversation of how long she should continue to stay in that home because it's a pretty large home, pretty
It is,
10
yeah.
acres, and
she's had a
long
couple
driveway.
of mishaps. Yep.
She's fallen a few times, and specifically down the stairs because they are older,
Yes.
like narrow steps, and the laundry's in the basement. I say older. I think the house was probably built in late 80s. I want to say it was in the 80s, mid-late 80s.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a beautiful home. It's just
so, and well kept up.
yes.
But there was already this conversation, and then she meets him, and now talking with her last week, she's made the decision. He passes away before her. She's willing, just leave that home. She knows it would need to be sold, and because that's just part of his arrangement, and she would go into assisted living. But she's already ready and looking forward to living in town, not having to drive as far, and
Yeah.
she thinks his neighborhood's pretty peaceful. I mean, no, it's not like living out in the country like she's used to, but she says she'll adjust, and she's looking forward to those conveniences and maybe more safety, right? Because he doesn't have the downstairs, like all the things like she does
Sure.
that she has to navigate now, or an upstairs apparently. So there's that. Interestingly enough, that she was willing to accept some of those health limitations, and that this was a good idea, that his home was just the better idea for them both.
Which is, yeah.
There's that.
Her eyes are open. This is one of those.
So a little further along in that than my other aunt, for what that's worth.
Yeah, for what that's worth. Again, she's a tough woman. Tough and stubborn. Just taking her very far. But see, I kind of talked about it a little bit before when we were talking about your aunt and her fiance. That is it fast? Yes, it's kind of fast. Is it like fast in, as in, soon after his loss and her loss?
Yes.
More so his loss,
More so his.
sure. Fast in, they haven't been, hasn't been a long period of time in which they've gotten to know each other, so kind of fast there.
Or we get to know each other, I suppose.
Sure.
Because they did know each other decades ago.
Yeah, but I mean, completely different.
Yes.
But
And
yeah,
to
no,
be
I mean,
fair,
they'd known of each other before, and now it's different. But yeah, I try to put it in a little bit of mental context. It's like neither one of them are kids. They have lived very, by many standards, very long lives. They're not naive children. And at the age they are now, how many years do they have left? And you put it in context of all of that, wanting to not spend the last couple of years you have alone.
yeah.
When you've got somebody right there that understands what you're going through, knows how you feel, is supporting you and caring for you in the midst of it. And their presence brings you comfort. Why wouldn't you grab a hold of that and lock that in? It's one of those, if it was, in a lot of times, like, you've only been dating for a couple of months and now you're getting married, that's kind of nuts.
A little bit.
I'm a firm believer in long engagements. But at the same time, again, in context, life is short and life is hard. And you've got somebody that wants to walk through the time you have left and the difficulties that you know are coming with their eyes open. Yeah, more power to you.
And to be fair, even I'd asked, more detail about his children, and they'd acknowledged that they knew their parents' marriage was not the greatest for some time.
Sure.
For whatever those reasons were, and that they do believe their father is happy, much like she'd hoped that her family would see of her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want to judge this idea that he was just, lonely and hop into the next relationship. I mean, not to say there wasn't some loneliness there, because he'd been in a miserable marriage for a while. It wasn't some really, loving, heartfelt thing, evidently. And then he lost her and then just moved on.
No, but it's entirely possible that he went through the grief of losing that relationship a long time ago.
And I do want to be fair about that.
Don't know
Based
that.
on what I've heard. I do want to be fair about that.
We have some conjecture. And at the same time...
I don't think he was lying if his own children had said something about it.
Sure. But
I guess it reinforces it. Not that you'd think he was lying, but, there's always that
yes,
true crime doubt floating through my mind.
Sure. Well, and having neither one... it's one of those... There's no monetary reason for this.
No.
It's like neither one of them is... neither one of them are secret millionaires that the other person is after.
No.
It's like they're, so, yeah, I have a tendency to see the downside of things. I come across as cynical sometimes because I like to be prepared for the worst. And, looking at this whole situation, it's like, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I would like to. But part of me wants to find what's wrong here. But I'm not seeing it. So,
I know.
yeah.
It's wild to process. It really is.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is. no argument. It is definitely, it's like a septuagenarian and an octogenarian, both recently widowed, getting married is just.
I mean, it's a sweet story for what it is, too.
It is. And, and again, because they found someone that brings them comfort doesn't change the fact that the grief for what is lost is still there.
No.
And them both being in that same situation, it means that they're with somebody that can fully comprehend exactly the extent of how much they're grieving. Which will make the process... I think one of the hardest parts of grieving is you have to do it alone. When your mother passed, you were grieving the loss of your mother. Your father was grieving the loss of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I was grieving the loss of my mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Our girls were grieving the loss of their grandma. And it was all the same person, but we were all grieving the loss of a completely unique individual in a completely unique relationship.
Very differently, yeah.
And we could all be there for each other, supporting each other, but the loss that we felt was unique to ourselves. And I think your aunt and her fiance they're grieving completely different people, but they're both grieving their spouse and the other parent of their children and their life partner that they had been with through really rough times.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I think that there's a lot of commonality that they can help each other through. And neither one of them are into. It's like the brief conversation I really had, talks we had with him, and the other conversations I had with your aunt, or I was privy to. It's like neither one of them are in denial about that. They just seem to be very intoxicated with the new. I thought that was very. It's really cute seeing old people being that affectionate. It was just weird. It's cute.
Aren't we going to be that affectionate?
Gotta be affectionate enough to creep out the kids. Yep.
I guess if that's what we're going for. I mean,
always.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, wanted to share about that. I know we talked about it, but that's just a little bit more. And then when we record next week, we'll hopefully have a topic. Not to say we wouldn't provide some update about this, because it will have been our last visit, but we also have a specific topic. So appreciate your patience.
Certainly.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's just about the
summer.
stuff and things,
It is definitely about the stuff and things lately, and just tired. Like, there's still plenty of stuff to be done around here, but we both just needed to not. And then it was, okay, what could really wait till winter, and what could, be better when it's decent weather, and yeah, we're just.
Yeah, I think there's a part of me, I need to just go to Menards, not a sponsor, and buy the quarter round trim, buy out all of their quarter round trim that they have in stock, and then go back in a week and buy them out again, because I'm going to need a lot.
Well, there's the trim here, there's the storage stuff that you said we still need.
Yep.
Yeah, like they're quote little things, but not really. And like, when we're done with this, we're gonna try to hang up some wall art to get 2 totes out of my living room. Just like things.
Yeah, there's always more.
There have been some of that wall art, I won't even lie, I've been avoiding, because it does have our daughter's previous friend in it, and we'd already had that conversation with her about putting it up. And I asked her one more time again today if she had any other thoughts on it. And other than not seeing it all the time, she didn't have an opinion. So we kind of went from the I don't want it up to respecting you can't erase your past. And some of these pictures in this collage, because both of the things are collage, or she likes them. And like, okay, she just doesn't want to have to like see them all the time. And I said, that's fair. Then we'll figure out how you won't see them all the time. So basically they'll go up in a stairwell, I think. And that's okay.
Sure.
At least one of them. That's okay. We don't erase.
You can't erase the past.
We reconcile.
You can acknowledge, you can reconcile. You can not, you can avoid sometimes, I guess. There's certain things you just don't want to have to relive.
I get that.
But you don't.
I genuinely do.
But there are times when you just got to remember the good times.
I'm weird about hanging stuff up here too. I don't know where I want things and then don't. And what I want my mother's painting to be where I'm never going to see it. Because we talked about that. Would it look better, quote, in our bedroom? Because I don't have, it's funny to have the living room we have and the way that it is. We don't have a lot of wall space.
Well, and we've done a very.
It's just the way this house is.
It is. Well, and.
Because it's open. It's an open concept.
It's very open, which. Whatever. But we've got these very bright, lively colors. It's day at the beach colors.
For the most part.
And it's a dark wood frame and a black velvet painting. And it's really it's very well done.
And it's
it's completely clashes with the complete aesthetic of the ground floor.
Yeah, it'll go up in our bedroom. I know that.
So I'm not opposed to putting it up. It's just it's going to stand out. It's going to be very noticeable.
It's fine. There's a couple things that'll end up in the bedroom.
Which is fine.
Yeah. But it's just time to try to take care of some things, and we're just tired. We've been tired.
Keep moving forward. That's the thing. Just got to keep moving forward.
Maybe finally put those totes up on Marketplace or something, or in the community group. Get them out of the garage.
Got a 5x8 foot trailer that's basically full of totes right now.
Yeah, I know. And we're about ready to put 2 more in it.
And that's okay. More totes can go in it.
Oh, and then last weekend we did make our annual Ludington trip. That was just for a few hours, but we did get that done. And the weather wasn't great, especially for a sunset, so we did not stay.
Yep.
But
it was nice.
You got your House of Flavors, not a sponsor.
No, but they want to send me ice cream. I'm all for it.
So,
Raspberry Royale.
We've been trying
Tennessee
to
toffee.
enjoy some summer, and because that's ending so quick. I mean, some schools gone back last week, some go back this week. I understand many in the UP go back after Labor Day, but just booked 2 vacations for next year, which we have never done.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
2 actual vacations. Mm-hmm. And then her daughter joked about us. She's like, you mean those people now? Those people that take vacations. Is that what you're saying? But I felt like for our 30th, we should do something different.
Yeah.
So, one in April and one in August.
Well, and we actually kind of had conversations with her recently. It's it took 30 years of marriage for us to get to a place financially where it's a possibility.
No, I'm not saying because my goal was still to pay off extraneous debt for our anniversary. Yeah. And my goal is still to do that to the best of my ability. But, yes, those rentals are paid for. The Gatlinburg in April and the, technically I think it's a Kalkaska address in August. On a lake. Crawford Lake. Lake Crawford. Is it Crawford Lake? Crawford Lake? Sorry, anyway. It's Crawford Lake. The reason they're split the way they are is one is still in this year with this amount of time off that you have, and one is next year with that amount of time off that you
Yes.
had, because June 1st is the start over.
Yep.
And as it is, because of the way life is, you don't take time off. You haven't been taking time off
Not usually, no.
because there hasn't been like trips to take and things to do and doctor's appointments and
Nope.
stuff. And I don't know if you've realized that, because like I
Oh,
said
no.
to you last night that I have nearly lost 28 pounds, nearly 30 pounds, and you've not said one word without me saying something. You haven't said anything about like, the money or until just now, or the time off that you don't need to take for medical reasons or something to do.
I don't know what to do with my time off, so it just
So-
kind of sits there.
I did talk you into taking time off after we moved, because you were exhausted and you'd spend hours doing a thing, and it's like, okay, if you want to just take the night off, finish the thing. But yeah, it shouldn't always be about that.
Yeah, but
Rest and relaxation do matter.
I can honestly say that's not been most of our vacations.
I'm very aware. Quote, vacation.
Yeah.
Trips. They were
Well,
trips.
There were a few that,
long weekend to Sault Ste. Marie.
okay, Cedar Point was a blast. That was a good one.
Oh my gosh, that was so many years ago.
It was, but it was fun.
Kentucky.
Kentucky was cool.
That was the Ark encounter.
Yep, that was a good one.
And the oh my gosh, the Answers in Genesis place.
Creation Museum.
There we go. Thank you. That was before my father passed away.
Yes, it was a while.
And Cedar Point would have been like within a year or two after him passing away. So that's how long ago those were.
Yes, it's a while.
Because my health went insane. That's it. It started to have a mind of its own.
Sure.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
But this time in Gatlinburg, we kind of know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to just make it about us. And we will let those other people know that we said, hey, it'd be cool to do a whole thing. But, we can't rely on that.
No.
It is supposed to just be about us. Our kids, they don't want to go, they don't go.
Yeah.
Like, that's up to them.
Sure.
But you want a free trip, here you go.
Yeah, we're going. You coming with or not?
And then the August is the same deal, except then with that week that we wanted, we couldn't get. So then we had to move it because the owner said that something went wrong in the system, because the part of that week that we wanted should have been blocked off, and it was not. So then my daughter asked if we could move it to the week of her birthday, because our oldest will be 23 this week. So I said, are you sure? And she said, yeah. And then she just rattled right away what she'd want to do. She wants to go to the Ruthie's Chicken place in Bel Air. Not a sponsor.
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
She remembers that. They remember that. They remember
heck
the wind
yeah.
chimes. My mother took them there all the time.
Ruthie's was awesome.
They remember that.
Ruthie's is awesome.
Can't even tell you the last time we went. Probably, if not, maybe once or twice after we moved. I know we went before we went regularly up to.
Yeah.
And we left in October. And I think that was one of the last places that we had like a little list of places and things that we did. Like we put shoes on the shoe tree. There's no longer there because they took the shoe tree down on 131 in Kalkaska.
Somebody started a new one. Yeah.
Somebody started a new one?
Yeah.
Where at?
Just up the road.
I was going to say it can't be there because those people got rude and mean. So we put the shoes on the shoe tree, and then there was like Dead Man's Hill. I know Ruthie's was on there. Like there was places, but anyway, so we moved that trip. Now you would think end of August wouldn't be quite as quote summer, because the sun isn't out as long and all that, but it's still on a lake. It'll still be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Still in driving distance to all the places and things.
Yep.
It should still be very relaxing. I want to kayak. We haven't kayaked this year.
No.
We had not.
No.
And I realized that when we were talking about our kayaks on Friday
Yep.
to the neighbor.
Well, and
like, oh yeah, the kayaks that we never took down.
yeah,
They
yeah.
made a big deal about us hanging them up, and then
Yep.
they stayed there.
Yes. Well, the trailer's currently full of totes.
I know, right? It hasn't exactly. I know this is what we need to do, though. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to this idea that not every weekend has to be a project and a thing, and actually have the energy for it.
Sure. Well, and
That just wasn't this year.
Well, with the kayaks,
That was not this year.
Since you're right now, you've been parked outside. We can put the roof rack on your on your car.
No, that was such a pain in the butt.
No, the kayak rack, that'd go on really easy. And it's a matter
Just
of,
getting him down was kind of a pain.
yeah.
Anyway,
The
I think
rack's,
that house
the rack's
actually-
better than what we had set up
We could
before.
double check next year.
Sure.
It's very breezy if you hear
It
that
is.
curtain coming in and out. So I'll double check next year, but I believe that house has kayaks that come with the rental.
Cool.
And then Gatlinburg's in a different area, but don't worry. Sounds like it's just as mountainous
Yep.
and full of bears.
Yes. Which was awesome.
So, and dog friendly. So I'm like, I don't know how that's going to look to walk the dog on that road because that doesn't exactly look like a flat road with bears.
But neither
But don't
was
worry,
the last
we'll buy our own bear spray.
Yep.
But in April, who knows what that weather's going to be like? It's the end of April because also don't know y'all know listening to this, but if you look up the prices for that, they really start jacking up come May, and
Yeah.
I think that's because a lot of the schools are out in a lot of states, but specifically Tennessee.
That's when the whole freaking
And yeah,
Tourist.
the warm air, the warm weather.
Yep.
It's expensive all the way through the fall. And I decided for myself, I didn't want to take a week off in August and then a week off in October. That just seems like too close for me and my clients.
Sure.
That was a choice.
Yep. Just yep.
So we went from, I don't know if we're going to make a trip happen to hose it. We
You're going.
need trips. Yes, it does not mean I can't work on the debt and work on saving the money for the fence and all the things. It does, I know.
Yeah, that deck.
The deck and the fence and the debt and all the other things. Yeah, I know.
The deck makes me twitchy.
I know. I kind of don't even want to think about it till next year.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I have to think about it because I got to figure out what exactly.
I don't know if we
how I'm
just
gonna
need to
do
pay
stuff.
somebody. That needs to be a conversation. Just like putting together a shed. Do we need to pay somebody?
Honestly, shed would be easy. Shed wasn't doing the last shed. That was easy. That wasn't even a big deal. That's it. Not a problem. Not a problem. Could do that again. I was looking at the kits. It's about $3,000 if we wanted to build a wooden one. Anyway,
That's not so bad.
3,500, something like
That's
that.
not that bad.
No, not at all.
Does that include vinyl siding?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
All right, we might have to make that a conversation.
I like looking at my options.
Yeah, it's just there's things, yeah, and I work for it,
Yes.
and I'm blessed to be able to work for it.
Yes.
And I'm more capable than I ever thought I would be, and I'm so grateful. God knows I'm grateful. But yeah, there are the things that we need to be stewards of and take care of and be diligent about. But I definitely have come to a point where I think time off it has to be a priority. In fact, I was going to talk to you about taking a long weekend this fall. I don't know if we'd run away for part of it or not. I think we should. Because things around here are going to be around here. It's just the stairs need to be done, the flooring. There's things.
It's
always things.
The stairs, I'm very not.
The showers being dumb.
The shower's being dumb. That one, I'm like, I got to do something about that because it's annoying. Just annoying. Anyway, sorry. That's
And I am grateful that you can fix things.
me too.
God knows, so grateful. Anyway, thank you all for listening to all the stuff and things.
All the stuff in life and stuff
And things.
and things. Yes, that was the guiding principle that started this whole thing. Just talk about life and stuff and things.
We are people. And do not ever think that you are, professional in your life, whether that's a mental health therapist or a doctor or a physical therapist. They all have stuff and things.
They all have stuff and things.
I just got to share one more. So I was on the fence. And again, yesterday was a day for you. And you were, I believe you were upstairs or you were taking a nap. I don't recall. There was a reason I didn't ask you your opinion. But our daughter had her friends over yesterday for gaming.
Yep.
The bigger group.
Yep.
They came over for a
I
while.
love
So
it.
you were upstairs.
The loud chaos. It was a bias.
I'd been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I was like, I don't know which one to get, but I really wanted one. So I did. I did it. I got this one.
Okay, that's cute.
It's a t-shirt, and it says, I'm going to be Frank. And it's got Frankenstein head and his hands, like, out. You know, like, I'm going to be Frank, like, holding his hands out. I'm going to be Frank. Okay? Well, let me show you the other one I was debating about. And I was like, I shouldn't ever really wear this one to the office. So.
Nice.
I mean, I could. It's not like it would matter. It just says, I'm just trying to keep it all together. And it's Frankenstein, you know. It's Frankenstein face. Mm-hmm. But the other one, I liked the other one better. It was more me, too. Embracing that, you know. Spooky season's here, man. Mm. We should find the decorations. We should do things. We should.
I have no idea where those are, to be honest with you.
I think they're downstairs in the little storage room.
It could be. It's definitely possible. I'm not sure.
I said it'd be nice to start working on the basement. I asked for that to be my Christmas present, to have the basement done. But, you know, hey, you can't say I didn't ask early. There will always be things. We still have plenty of things, but we also needed to take a breath. So, anyway, just want to share with you my thoughts. Spooky season's coming, and having a sense of humor, and enjoy what's left of summer, though.
Definitely.
So that Kid Rock song going through my head.
Or, you know, if you're in the southern hemisphere, spring's coming.
Okay, well, that's fair. I apologize. Hold on. All Summer Long by Kid Rock.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, wow. Anyway.
Yep.
Which if the rumors are true, was about Torch Lake, or at least up north.
Yep. From what I've been told, yes.
Yes.
The old days. Anyway. Deep breath. So, anyway, with all that, just wanted to say, I'm Fix It.
I'm Feel It.
We hope you join us in the future.
Until next week.
Y'all have a great one.